Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pratpal Singh Matreja, and MBBS MD in Pharmacology. And continuing with the previous sessions that I had on protocol designing, informed consent document, how to write an introduction, how to go ahead with the review of literature, the drug development process, publication misconduct. Today I would like to focus on how to present or how to make a poster for poster presentation. All for all the postgraduates in the medical field, be it MD or PhD, it is mandatory to have a poster presentation to be eligible for appearing in your university exams. So my purpose out here is to help you in designing an effective poster so that maximum message is conveyed through that particular poster in a brief interval of time, because what happens is when we go for a poster presentation, our posters are judged, and the judges who come for the poster the judgment of the posters, they hardly have 2 to 3 minutes. So that is where we need to highlight our presentation, and we need to put in our cardinal points in such a manner that our posters give an impact gives an impact on the mind of the judge, and he knows in a first glance, only in one glance, he knows what our poster is like. So I'll not be going with any presentation for this particular purpose. What I'm doing is I'm demonstrating over what are the various points that we need to ponder upon when we are making a presentation or a poster presentation. And I would be using the PowerPoint presentation for that. I'll be demonstrating everything on the PowerPoint presentation, and then I would be sharing with you a poster at the end of the session, which I would not say is ideal, but to an extent it lets you know how we can proceed ahead with the presentation. So we start with this particular session where all of you are already familiar with what a PowerPoint presentation looks like. So I'll be talking about this PowerPoint presentation. Now when you look about this PowerPoint presentation and you look out here, so what you find is that this font size and the font size is somewhere around 60 and 32. And now what we do is in this particular presentation, we have this particular icon, a ribbon of design. We click on this particular design and we go to the last option that is kept out here, that is the slide size. Now in this slide size, what we can do is we need to customize our slide, and what we get is now each conference has its own criteria for a poster presentation, and the conference gives you some guidelines whether they want a 2 feet by 3 feet poster or 3 feet by 4 feet poster, or maybe 4 by 6, whatever is the criteria. This is how we can modify this criteria, the slide size from widescreen, or you can even go for custom, and then you need to change the size out here. So keep on increasing the, you can increase the size, and let's say I keep it somewhere around uh, 3 feet, that is 36 inches by 4 feet. Maybe it would be an ideal presentation or somewhere around where you have this, or let's say let's keep it, let's have it other way around. We have 2 feet by 3 feet, that means 24 by 36 inches. Now the next thing that we need to know out here is whether we want the slide in a portrait form or we want the slide in a landscape form. So that is what we need to, and what we do is we click on OK, and we have to ensure that it is a fit. So this particular, now how do we know that we have done this? We go into the home screen and look at this particular size. The font is out here and this is the size of the font. So what we need to do is we need to make multiple, we need to insert multiple shapes in this particular presentation, and these shapes could vary from any size. Maybe you could have one like this, and let's say I make one. This is the, I'll say I'll keep it out here. I need to edit the text, and this for me this is the title slide. Now this is the title slide. Now I'll look at the, I'll go again back to the home and look at the font size, 51.8, quite big enough. If we don't need these, we can remove them, and I would say we could better adjust with various shapes. So what we can do is we can introduce these shapes from this particular place, and we can introduce the shape out here. We can copy this, and we can introduce multiple shapes. So we have one out here, one out here, one out here. Maybe you need to keep one out here, and we have 6 pages. So what we'll do is we'll adjust them so that they tend to fit everywhere. Now I have this. I can change the size so that it comes to a bit smaller size, and now I have this, and I have this, and then this one out here, and we can even reduce the size of this particular. Now I say, let's say this. Now depending, it depends upon what are the criteria, what are the guidelines from the conference. So when you edit the text out here, it could be an introduction or background slide. This one could be your, you need to edit the text, and this comes to your methodology section. Your cardinal points of your results could be somewhere around here. This could be for figures, this could be for tables, and this could be for your conclusions and limitations. So obviously these boxes can be modified, or they can be changed, they can increase it. You can increase the size of these boxes, or you could decrease the size of these boxes. Now that depends upon what criteria you are trying to follow. So this is a spelling error out here, I correct it, and this is again a spelling error out here. This means conclusion and limitations. You could add as many number of boxes, and you could delete as many number of boxes out here. Now if I go to the home size and I look into this, this is again quite big size, 51.8. I can adjust, I can easily adjust this into the heading font of 44 and the body font of 32. And ideally it is either we go for Times New Roman or we go for Arial font, and the size would be 44, or the size could be for the heading it could be 44, and the other thing it could be 32. Now in the title slide you need to mention the title of your poster. You need to write down the name of the authors or the name of the study team, and most of the places what they want is that whoever is presenting the poster must underline it, followed by your department and your institute. It is always better to have a logo of the institute on the top left side, so that it displays or it depicts that you are presenting a poster and you belong to this particular institute. Then depending upon the how do we go ahead with the introduction and background, all the other things, basically what we need to do is we need to use these pointers, and we need to highlight it in points. Use minimum number of words, you use minimum sentences, so that your picture, your poster is clear. And जितने ज़्यादा आपके as much sentences you would have, जितने ज़्यादा sentences होंगे उतना ज़्यादा पढ़ने को होगा, and it will not create an impact in the mind of the judge. और हम what is the purpose of having a poster? The purpose of having a poster is that we need to have an impact on the mind of the judge or the person who has come to judge the poster, that at one glance he knows, he has full clarity of your study, so it is easy for you to answer question, to clarify it, and it is easy for the other person even to know about it. So you could, and you always use pointers, always use points. Don't go for paragraphs or sentences. They are bulky and they tend to, no one has time to read them. Your results should be highlighting your cardinal points point wise. The best is use pointers. Pointers are the best thing that can be done. uh, Display your results with maximum number of figures and tables, and you should have a conclusion and limitation of your study. Again, all these things have to be in a pointer. One column that I didn't write out here is the bibliography section or the reference section. What is the difference? Bibliography section could be one section where you have not mentioned any citation in the text anywhere in the complete poster. So you write the bibliography, and where you are writing the citations, you need to mention the references 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, whatever are the number of references for that particular site. So this is a brief overview of how a poster would look like. Now what I do is I would share with you a poster that I would not say is very uh, unique or very ideal, but yes, it does tend to have most of the aspects that we need to know. So you have the heading. I didn't put the logo. You have the heading, that is use of reciprocal peer teaching and small group learning to enhance learning. You have the name of the authors. Out here the first author is the presenting author, so we did not underline it. If supposedly the first author is not the presenting author, then you need to underline it. Then you need to mention your department, and then we start with the background or introduction. See the points wise, it is mentioned, everything is mentioned point wise out here. That this is the background, and this is what are the goals or what is the aim of the study, what is the objective, what are the methodology, how did we proceed ahead. You'll find points everywhere. What were the results, the overall results, how they depicted. We have two figures which show the scores obtained by students in one of these parameters in the other group, and then there was a feedback of the students, how they went ahead with the, and then we have the conclusion and the limitation of this particular study. This was followed by a bibliography, because what you find out here is that in any area of this particular section, I did not mention references. I did not cite the references. That is why I am having a bibliography out here, and this bibliography would tell us that these are the sources from which we have taken the literature. So all these sections do tend to have impact on the person who is coming to judge your poster. So it is always advisable that you have a good font size for a poster, and uh, the head, the if I repeat it again, the heading of the poster, heading of the any title in the body in one of the particular boxes should be 44, and the body should have the font size of 32. Ideally the font size should be either Times New Roman or Arial. There is one more point that we need to highlight out here, and that is the background and the words. Now what you found out here, there is a white background and there is black text. Now if we use yellow text in this white background, it tends to get blurred. So we cannot use that. We have to use a proper background. If it is a dark background, you should have light font. If it is a light background, you should have dark font. So these all things would help you create a better poster for presentation, be it an e-poster or a poster that is being presented literally when you are present on a particular conference. So I hope I have been able to clarify some of your aspects related to the poster presentation, and I believe that I would have been able to sort some of your issues regarding this. Now, if you have any concerns regarding this particular aspect, you can get back to me. I can inbox me, and I'll be very happy to answer all your queries. Thank you so much, and happy learning from my side.